Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Dear
Hare
devotees,
Hare Ram Ram
Mataji, you can unmute.
thank you, Mataji. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhyupa eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Param Pavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore, Maryland, welcoming all of you to the Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I'd like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of the chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Eighth, to consider the chanting of the Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instruction on this matter. It's also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move to our next session, which is Glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. May I know who have joined this call this morning?
हरे कृष्ण परम पावनी माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीति दासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, dear Preeti Mataji. Thank you so much for your blissful association. Hare Krishna, glories to you all, glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
हरे
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna, Parampapani Shyama Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Anita Ramya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru and Gaurang and Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to the call and all of your glorious service, Mataji. You're the savior. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Param Bhavani Shama Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna Mataji. Nice to see you and thank you so much. I know how busy you are. Still you want to come and serve. Hari Bol.
All glories to you, and the Guru and Gauranga, all dear devotees. Thank you so much, dear Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, for your auspicious and blissful association. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mata ji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, dear Yashamati Priya Mataji. Welcome to the call. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Parampam, Mataji, please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte, and thank you, Mataji, for your service.
Hare Krishna, dear Mataji, all because of your mercy, you have engaged me in service, and I cannot do anything. Whatever I can offer Mataji, all because of Guru and Gauranga's mercy. Thank you so much, Mataji, for all of your support and all of your glorious service and patience, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Pranam.
Hare Krishna Param Pavani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, dear Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your kind and blissful association, Mataji. So, dear devotees, let's move to our next session, and which is the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Today, we're gonna listen from His Grace Arjuna Ishwar Prabhu, who gonna enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 14, and verse 37. And has Prabhuji joined?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All Krishna Prabhupada and Gurudev. Before handing over the call to you, Prabhuji, read brief first. And for our dear devotees, we are gonna, our today's speaker, His Grace Arjuna Ishwar Prabhu, currently serving at ISKCON NVCC Pune as a full-time celibate from 2012. He got in connection with ISKCON in 2007. He has worked as a software engineer at Tata CMC and security automation engineer at Reliance Group Support System, RGSS. He has been a good teacher and a trainer for youth in the matter of spiritual teachings and practices, respectively. For youths and corporates, he conducts regular courses based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, namely Discover Yourself, Gita for All Made Easy, and Leadership Sutra, Hard Facts, etc. He has been a spiritual mentor and caregiver to the youth of RVC and PESIT College in Bangalore for almost 3 years. In Pune, he has been running a corporate center where 15 to 20 corporate would get regular spiritual, managerial, and leadership training and education. From last 2 years, he has been actively involved in as a value education teacher for children aged 10 to 15 years. He regularly conducts classes, namely e-Gurukul and values of lives of for school children. Along with his value education team for last 10 years, he has been conducting value education contests at various schools of India. Here, it was a very brief introduction about Prabhuji. All glories to his service. Over to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your valuable association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's class. So we'll start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So yes, so today's verse is so what is the procedure? I should recite one time, na? And it's not like 3 times, correct, na? Or 3 times it can be, but audience devotees may not recite. Is it like that?
Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhuji.
you can
Yes,
Yes,
recite
Prabhuji.
it
Prabhuji,
and
audience will be on mute, but you can speak, Prabhuji.
Okay. पुराण्ये अनेन सृष्टानि नृत्य ऋषि देवता शेते जीवने रूपेण पुरुष पुरेषु पुरुषो हृषो। Purani means residential places or bodies. Anena, by him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srishtani, among those creations, Nriya, man, Tiryak, other than human beings, animals, birds, etc. Rishi, saintly persons, Devata, and demigods. Sete lies down. Jivena, with the living entities. Rupena, in the form of Paramatma. Purush, Pureshu, Pureshu within these residential places or bodies. Purushaha, the Supreme Lord, He indeed. Aso, He the Personality of Godhead. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has created many residential places like the bodies of human beings, animals, birds, saints, and demigods. In all of these innumerable bodily forms, the Lord resides with the living being as Paramatma. Thus he is known as Purusha Avatar. In Bhagavad Gita 18.61 it is said, Ishwara sarvabhutanam hridese Arjuna tishtati brahmyam sarvabhutani yantarudhani maya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine made up of the material energy. The living entity who is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists on the mercy of the Lord, who is always with him in any form of body. The living entity desires a particular type of material enjoyment, and thus the Lord supplies him with a body which is like a machine. Just to keep him alive in that body, the Lord remains with him as the Purusha, Shirodakshay Vishnu. This is also confirmed in Brahma Samhita 5.35. एकोऽप्यसौ रचयितुं जगदण्डकोटिं यशक्तिरस्ति जगदण्ड क्षयाय दन्तः अण्डान्तरस्थ परमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, who enters the existence of every universe and every atom by one of his plenary portions and thus manifests his infinite energy throughout the material creation. The living entity, being part and parcel of the Lord, is known as Jiva. The Supreme Lord Purusha remains with the Jiva to enable him to enjoy material facilities. Okay. So I think I had given the last class, so that time also Varnashram was the topic. So is it I don't remember when I gave class. I think last year I gave, correct? Something like, or whatever. So okay, welcome everyone for today's session. So today, this is the ideal family life. This chapter is spoken by Narad Muni to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So it is very, very important. Every chapter is important, but especially those who are householder devotees, for them to learn that what are their prime duties and how they should conduct overall their grihastha life, keeping the priorities of spiritual life. Many times it is misunderstood by many householder devotees that we have license for doing everything or anything. It's not, it's in general I am speaking. So, so then our Shastra discriminate between these two kind of householders. One is called Griha Medhi, other is called Grihastha. The Griha Medhi means Medhi. Medhi means, Medha means mind. So when somebody's mind is always in home, always how to run the home, how to enjoy the people there, how to facilitate their needs, necessities, always there. So his goal is sense gratification basically. Even though the means can be livelihood, the means can be wife, the means can be children, whatever, but the goal is sense gratification. So then that is called Griha Medhi. Griha Medhi people cannot make ashram. Ashram is meant for spiritual activities. So if there is no spiritual activity at home, so then that home becomes a Griha Medhi. Because then what is a regular transaction there? Regular transaction is this only. Morning you have to get up, as much, not early, means near to your people office time, means as just before office time get up, so that don't get late for office. So what makes house, especially the husband, impetus to get up is the office time. And then when on Sunday and Saturday, then there is no obligation much, so then don't wake up only, sleep till late morning and then wake up in the evening, like that. Like recently Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj was saying when he was not in Krishna consciousness, he was saying they used to sleep at 4 in the morning and they used to wake up at 4 in the evening. So then he used to say in America the sun sets early, so then when he used to wake up and wash his face, then it used to become 5 o'clock. So then the sun used to set. So he used to never see the sun. And then he used to feel a lot of depression actually, because he used to stay awake in the night till the morning, that also in night time only, 4 o'clock morning. And then again sleeps, and then the sun is not visible only. So we can see how 180-degree change. The humans are made so that they should wake up early in the morning before the sun rises, and then they should perform the duties of human. Because human is not only living for himself. The day we got a human birth, all the Vedic literature start making meaning in our life. Yes. So now that human has to see last life, how much he has made advancement in his consciousness, and he has to go ahead from next point onwards. Again, it depends upon the kind of guru he gets. If he gets a Vaishnava guru, then the Vaishnava guru can immediately uplift him to any stage. But if he is meeting some Karmakandi guru or other gurus, so then they can help him to get more faith in scriptures by giving him more enjoyment, like that. So, but the essence is the human form of life. The people should start living from the Varnashrama. So it is according to Vedic scripture, if a living being who has got the human form and he has not taken to Varnashram dharma, he is considered animal. He is not a human also. He is considered animal actually. Because the Varnashrama dharma, they are divided according to Varna and Ashram. So first of all, Varna. Somebody is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So according to Varna, duties are divided. And then if he enters into student life, what will be duty of Brahmana in student life? What will be duty of Brahmana in married life? What will be duty of Brahmana in retired life and in sannyas life? In the similar way for other Varnas also. Only Brahmana goes to the sannyas. Other Varnas, they goes to Vanprastha, retired life. So, so therefore, so now what we are discussing here, ideal family life, means here we are discussing about the ashrama part. Varna we already discussed. I think previous chapters we discussed. Varna means student life, the how a wife should conduct, how a Brahmana should conduct, how he should be a student in the ashram of Guru. So all these things. What is the duty of a Vaishya? What is the duty of a Sudra? So these things. Now the ashram part is there. Ideal family life. So therefore this Griha Medhi, he does not have any kind of ashram. He just follows his own mind and sense enjoyment. But Srila Prabhupada, because of his mercy only, we got this opportunity to learn what is Grihastha. Otherwise, everyone in this world, they think that marriage means simply have a wife, have some children and enjoy life. It clearly becomes like a Sudraik life, like a eat, drink and be merry. Bas, yeah, philosophy. This is only the philosophy. They think like that. But Prabhupada, as this whole chapter is so nicely spoken by Narad Muni and telling that actually the first and foremost duty of householder is what? So Prabhupada, in his summary, he writes so nicely here. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So he writes that the first and foremost, Grihastha first duty is to be fully dependent on a Vasudeva, Krishna, and try to satisfy him in all respects by executing one's prescribed devotional service. Amazing thing. I mean, we sometimes think that devotional service is for some people. Manushyanam sahasrestu kashchi jatiti siddhaye. But here it is mentioned, as the Vedic system was Varnashram means Varnashram Acharvata Purushena Parha Puman Vishnu Aradhyate Pantha Nanyat Tattosa Karanat. There is no other way to satisfy Lord Vishnu than offering your own results of activities to Lord Vishnu according to your Varna and Ashram. This is the definition of Varnashram. अतः पुंबिर्दुजा श्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रम विभागसः सांस्कृतस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर हरितोषणम. Only for haritoshanam, this varnashram also has been divided. Varna in an ashram, the humans are divided in this category. So like that. So haritoshanam. So it's a quite elementary and it's a fundamental for the whole varnashram system that they have to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whosoever he may be. There can be certain intermediate involvement of demigods to fulfill some desires, material desires, but ultimately who is a Yagya Purusha or who is a ultimate, you can say, father of Varnashrama, to whom everything should go, that is Krishna. He says in Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam, I have created the Varnashrama. He is the father of Varnashrama. So then he should be pleased, he should be sort of satisfied through varnashrama. So any householder then, so now we are talking about the grihastha. The grihastha means who stays in house, but his goal is to make spiritual advancement, even living in house. His goal is to make spiritual advancement. So just by this simple statement, his goal is to make spiritual advancement. His goal is not to find out means for many sense gratification. Aisa nahi. His goal is to make spiritual advancement. Now, in Vedic literature, there can be many duties for wife and husband. What is the duty of wife? What is the duty of husband? And we have learned in Bhagavatam earlier, like Kardam Muni and Devahuti. Yes, how the marriage should happen. Shila Guna Vaya. So the marriage should happen in this way. Shila, character of girl and boy should match. Guna, quality should match. Vaya means age should match. Age means the wife should always be younger to husband. Younger to husband. So Kardamuni section Prabhupada mentioned this is a thing. And not only that, this is one thing. So these are set of the things which has to be chosen. So character, how to match a character of somebody. So character, then there in India there is a Kundali system. They Varana, Rakshasa Varana, they see. And they also see their mentality of a person. In devotee circle, people can ask questions and understand more better. And then qualities. Qualities means again. So now if somebody, the quality may that Deva and Rakshasa, that comes in quality means. And character basically it says that, like if the question is asked, I don't know about America, but all Indian devotees are there, I can speak. But in Varnashram everything is quite tailor-made. It's given, husband duty, wife duty. There is no confusion. Like if question is asked to a wife, who will cook? Husband can also cook, wife can also cook, but to whom responsibility lies? So it lies to the wife. Then the next question can be asked, okay, who will take care of home in terms of doing household duty? So husband can also do, wife can also do, but whose responsibility? It's wife duty. Who will earn money? Wife can also earn, husband can also earn, but whose responsibility is husband's responsibility? Who will take care of child when he is small? Husband can also do, wife can also do, but it's whose responsibility? Is a wife's responsibility. This thing has to be cleared. If roles are not cleared, what will have a marriage? Simply coming together for fighting. This is not a marriage. Marriage means religious tie. Dharma ke hisab pe, means based on dharma we are coming together. Dharma patni. Husband is considered like a Narayan and wife is considered like a Lakshmi. The mantras chanted in the marriage is said that that Narayan is taking the hands of Lakshmi, and the father of the bride, he touches the feet of bridegroom and says, you have come to my home to take hands of my daughter. I am very much obliged to you. Please take care of her. This is the whole culture actually in a Varnashram dharma. So unless duties are defined properly, then after marriage immediately fight happens. Sometimes wife says, I want to do job immediately because I have no work at home. So many things, because anyway this Varnashram system is also dependent upon the joint family, because a lot of work required and a lot of understand. The main problem is another thing is, this is very important to be seen, or the people they marry at very later ages they marry. Means somebody is marrying at 30, 35. This is totally ridiculous actually. Just because of studies, one is not marrying only. When one marries at 35 age, what potency he has to produce child? There is no potency only. He has become old, wife has also become old. And after producing one child, they will say, bahut ho gaya. Actually, the girls should get married between 16 to 20. The boys should get married between 20 to 24. This is the right time, at least according to age of this Kali, because everything has to be taken care. And so then they can have a nice family life. But if somebody is just after studying, just the girl and boy both are competing to each other in different sections of the country. One is giving different exam, other is giving different exams, and both are competing, and then at one point they come and marry. The whole competitive arena has become very much challenging because girls and boys, they want freedom of rights. So I keep on writing some articles. So I wrote an article, equal right. People want equal right. So yes, we are not against anything giving rights to the people. But do we want equal right without family, or right duties with family? We want equal rights but without family. We cannot maintain a family. But another place, we want to know what is my right duty to maintain a happy family. So right duty for happy family or equal right without family? What we want? Because most of the part of any male or female is spent in household life. Yes. So what is our job? What are our duties in the world we are seeing? Those who are from the side of the woman, they will say no, we want rights. But you just see the rights are causing problem in family life. Tomorrow the children are not going to learn. Like some mother says that my child is not listening. So how the child will listening? How much you have heard from your husband? That is one question. Then the husband is saying my wife is not listening. But how much exemplary you are that your wife should hear from you? These are the questions actually. So basically the education, the training should be, because majority part of the life is going in household life. So then keeping that into the focus, the children in terms of either male or female, they should be trained in that way, because majority part is going in that. If somebody gets married around 25, then he lives till 70, 80 age, lives in the family only. So why not the education is training in that way? How to live a nice family? Yes. What duty a wife should follow, what duty a husband should follow. They are simply competing for education. If education is so 3rd class education, 10th class education, it cannot give a job also. Even after studying for 30, 40 years, people are struggling to get job, struggling to get money to maintain themselves. And only some people are at vested interest. They are very happy having big industry, but all majority people are suffering. So therefore, in this section on the ideal family life, Prabhupada mentions the duty of Grihastha is to do agriculture. Basically, he says the simple living. So simple living, only Grihastha duty is a government duty to cause all such things happen in the society. The economy should shift slowly to the simple living. Because whatever scripture we are reading now, if you read this whole scripture, now Bhagavatam, unless we make our material life peaceful, with having nice roles for wife and husband, and a nice economy system, nice teachings for children, then how we can practice a spiritual life in a without peaceful mind actually? How is it possible? Always we will have a trouble. Husband has no time, he's just working hard day and night. Wife also is going for job. The child is mesmerized, or child is thinking, bewildered, who is there with me at home? The home is for whom? Neither husband is living nor wife is living. Then only maid is coming and cooking and going. Then home is for whom? किसके लिए घर बना रहे? Neither in-laws are living. We are not ready to live with the in-laws. So these are the practical nightmares of modern times, actually, which has to be thoughtfully solved. If we are so scientific people, then why we are not worrying about these things? Majority part of life is going into household life, but there is no training for it. How the girl should be, because if there is no proper chastity in the girl, and there is no brahmacharya for a man, then how they can train or produce a good child? All Varna Shankar. So if we are reading Bhagavad Gita, but we are still not able to follow those Gita, it means our material life has been dismantled thoroughly. So surely ISKCON has another project that is going on, that is also a little bit in so much dilemma. People have a lot of dilemma because people are too much habituated living in cities and other things. So people are too much in dilemma. So practicing Krishna consciousness is possible everywhere, anywhere, because it's a sarvatra sarvada. Second canto says that. But why then this chapter says that grahastha should do this job? And there are so many duties mentioned here. So like that. So not today, then tomorrow in future, one has to become more and more serious to ultimately go down into this area and find out where my future generation can settle nicely, if not me. But this is a solution. Unless material life is peaceful, spiritual life can become a havoc many times. Because people, like if I choke up the kisi ka gala, chant Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. Chant, otherwise you will go to hell. How can I chant? You are closing my... So this is not, spiritual life should not be practiced in this way. If you do not chant, you will go to Naraka. Surely, we are ready to chant at any time. We should not be, any time, this material is a bipada, any time trouble can come. But, susukham kartu bhavyam. When you want to make a benchmark for a society, everybody should not be like Ajamil. Ajamila, he fell down. Yes. So Ajamila example is very good for telling that holy name can deliver anyone. But everybody should not be living like Ajamil. Yeah? And saying, see, our whole society, anybody, whosoever, koi bhi aata, anybody comes, he can become pure devotee tomorrow. But how much people he will purify, or how many people he will purify by his behavior in society, if he is Ajamil. Ajamil was a simple, single householder, so he performed bhakti and went away. But when we live like Ajamil in the society, it means our material habits are totally degraded, our mindset is totally gone, dismantled totally. So we can be good devotees, but the whole setup is Ajamila's society. This should not be Ajamil society, this should be society of Varnashram where people have sabya culture. When Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvur mate sangvasva karmani. Karmanyavadhikaraste. You have a right to do your duties. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You should not be attached to your result. Ma karma phala heturvur. You are not the cause of your result. Don't take the credit. And mate sangvasva karmani means, again, don't become lazy. Execute your duties. So in this the 4 sections in this verse, so just 2 things we can take. Our duties and result. Krishna is basically talking about duties and result. So don't become lazy in doing your duty, and it's your duty, you are obliged for that. And when result comes, don't take credit and don't think that everything of the result is meant for us. It has to be offered, like Prabhupada says here. 5 places where we should use our money for. We should use our money to serve the Supreme Lord. We should serve the Vaishnava and saintly person. Then we should serve the other living beings. Then we should serve our own self. And I think some animals also, it's mentioned. Oh, sorry, Pitras. So our forefathers, other relatives and other beings, and ourselves, and Vaishnavas and the Lord. So for these 5 places, our money should be utilized. So when we know what is my proper duty, what is my right duty, so then we can live a simple and cultured life. When we know what is my right duty, we can live a simple and cultured life. Like for a Brahmana, what is the duty? Yajan, yajan, patan, patan, dana, pratigraha. These are the duty. And one who is trained in his duty, he is called cultured person. Culture does not mean just bringing out some good dress or acha festival mana liya, but usko pata hi nahi hai what is my duty after the festival. We all come together, we ha 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 ha, we laugh too much, we dance so much, but after that what we do? We are ignorant of our duties. So those who know their duty and follow their duties, they are cultured people. And according to Varnashrama, people were given duties in a simple way, to live in a simple living, high thinking. So in the like a Supreme Lord is a leader for all the living entities, and the Brahmanas are those people who speak about the Supreme Lord, who spread the knowledge about the Supreme Lord. So therefore they become the ideal leader for the society, like the Lord. Like Lord is ideal in all living entities. Brahmana, who is very much close to the Lord, he becomes ideal leader in the Varnashrama. And Brahmana lives in a simple way, simple living, high thinking, and so the whole Varnashrama, their culture becomes Brahmanical culture because the leader itself is a Brahmana. So therefore, everyone is trying to follow Varnashram culture in a Brahmanical way. Even though Varnashram gives the duty of Brahmana separately, Kshatriya separately, but what is the direction where all they have to move towards? Brahmanical culture, simple living, because Brahmana is like that. Now in modern times, Kalo Sudra Sambhava, everybody Sudra, born Sudra. Let be industrialist or doctor or construction workers or business entrepreneur, whatever you may say, all Sudra. Why it is said Sudra or below Sudra? Because they are not trained in their trades according to Varnashram principles. It's not that they have a mentality of like somebody can be Brahmana, like Prabhupada made Brahmana from Sudra. So he has some traits of Brahmana, he can be, but because he has met a guru, proper guru, so he could become a Brahmana. Or other way you can say, like if somebody has a tendency to become a doctor, he goes to an institute, gets education and becomes doctor. So what is more important before becoming a doctor? Our training and education. So because there is no training and education in Varnashram system, so therefore everybody is Sudra. Even though they may have the traits to become Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but there is no training given and no training taken. So therefore everybody is Sudra. They may be a big people in this world, but everybody is Sudra because there is no training. And then what is the goal of Sudra? Eat, drink and be merry. Sense gratification and economic development is a goal for a Sudra. He does not have a Brahmanical culture goal. So then whole civilization or whole human society will follow whom? Because everybody, even who is a businessman, he is also Sudra sitting on the post of businessman, and he has also kept many thousands, 10,000 people under him. So they are also Sudras. So he will also tell, I am working hard to get money, you all also should work hard to get money. There is no Brahmanical culture. Everybody is following the Sudra. So this is happening. So therefore, Prabhupada, or actually he was honestly saying that we have to, when Prabhupada says we have to make Brahmanas in our society who can guide the whole world. So this is so important. He was not saying just for knowledge, but also saying to create a culture, Brahmanical culture, where people of society would go in terms of simple living, high thinking. So this is lying on the part of Brahmana also, those who are becoming Brahmana or have to be qualified Brahmana in society, and they live a simple living. So the whole society also follow the Brahmanical culture. And then the one thing very important one should understand, Varnashram is a material system, but this material system is valuable material system. And in this material system, it has to be lived in a simple way only. If we complex it, then there is no meaning of Varnashram. Like somebody can say, what is the Prabhuji, what is the problem? We are living in city, we can follow Varna and Ashram. What is the problem? Why you are saying to go to village and other things? Okay, we can live in city, but not majority people should be living, because living in city means your economy is Sudraik, or your economy is what? Hard work, Ugra Karma. So why we are living in city? Why you are too much attached to city? Because we are not, we may be attached or may not be attached, but now system is totally different. We cannot break immediately and we can go. So, but just first understand the thing. What is the problem here? So Varnashram focuses on simple living, high thinking, because once you have simple living, you can focus more time in your spiritual life and there will be no conflict. People will not die unnecessary way. Like nowadays you find so many people, even devotees dying like cancer. Cancer kitno ko ho raha hai? Sabko ho raha hai cancer. Why? Again, no simple living. So much diabetes happens, so many different diseases are happening because of artificial living conditions. So this is one fact. Second fact means education of our children who are born in families. Very troublesome education. Even if you put all your wealth to train your child, you are not confident that he will or she will become a gentleman tomorrow. They can be exploited by modern education anytime. There is no good teacher in schools. Yeah, and then tomorrow later, then marriage, the maximum part of life every individual has to spend in marriage, in the household life. Then already girl has some relationship, boy has some relationship, then what marriage they will do with other girl and boy? That will be like a formality. They don't have love for each other. And after marriage, then a lot of fights happen. I will not do, you will do this thing. Yeah. So you can see the whole urbanization, the culture is totally away from simple living, high thinking. So much trouble. So where is the question of following spiritual life? So that is why, though spiritual life is cannot be stopped, it does not depend on material process or material foundations much, but still it is important for a society, especially individually people can be very advanced, but for society to create a good example is important. Like some of us may say country is not required. Country is required because you need to be protected inside. Like our ISKCON is also like a country, it's a society. Other Prabhupada could have said, no GBC, just follow the government, whatever Indian government says, whatever American government says, just follow whatever they say. Then why he created GBC if it is not a country? Prabhupada created a country. He separated it from Gaudiya Math. He separated it from India. He separated it from America. It's again a country system. Yes? So we need some protection. We need, like we are living at house, we need house to protect ourselves. So in the similar way, society needs cultured people. By seeing them, others can get inspired and we can make many more devotees. So like that. So this is the thing. Here he says that the first of all, the duty of the Grihastha is to be dependent on Vasudeva. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Depending on Vasudeva means following his order actually. He has said how to live, how to continue our livelihood. कैसे करना है, कैसे जीवन जीना है, and try to satisfy him in all respects by executing one's prescribed devotional service. So whatever devotional service one is assigned, devotional service means, yeah, correct. So devotional service, connecting with our duties. For householders, the duties are to earn money and then also take care of children, take care of wives, and then again coming to temple, doing arti. Prabhupada says that the householder should do the temple worship, and they should also assist sannyasis in spreading Krishna consciousness. They should also give charity to the mission of, because brahmacharis, sannyasis, banprastha, they don't earn money. So these three sections are maintained by householder devotees. So householder devotees, they should distribute the charity properly. Yes. So this is their devotional part, giving charity, helping in preaching, or doing worship of the Lord, coming for artis, coming for festivals, doing festival at home, doing celebrating festival at temple. These are the duties for grihasthas, devotional duties. Apart from their house duties, taking care of wife, taking care of husband, taking care of in-laws, like that. Both duties have to be balanced actually. And then this devotional service is dependent on the instruction of authorities and association of devotees who are actually engaged in devotion. See what Prabhupada writes, this devotional service will depend on instruction of authorities. So according to instruction of authorities, this devotional activities has to be performed. The beginning of bhakti is Shravanam Kirtanam. So then there should be Shravanam and Kirtanam. At home, the Grihastha devotees should arrange for devotees from temple to come and then have a program at house. Nowadays people are so much insecure. Like in India, we ask, can you just give your home for conducting some program? People are so stingy. I don't know what is their mindset in modern times. Householder people, they don't understand it also properly. Just for doing kirtan, for some katha, nobody is asking any money from you. Don't give your money, don't give your food also. We will bring food from temple, we'll feed the people, just give your home. But people are not ready to give home also. So much crippled mindedness actually. So it should not happen. So here it's mentioned the beginning of bhakti is Shravanam. So without doing Shravanam, our dheya or intelligence, pragya, you will not be fixed on devotional service. So everybody, because we are associating a lot of with the material people, so then one has to hear regularly. Yes. So like that, so here Prabhupada also says that their duty should be Krishi Go Raksha Vanijya. Yeah, how much time I have?
It's used
Yes,
to be 1 hour class, Prabhuji, and we have a later question and answer.
so okay, because I will leave at 6:35 from here because I have another program. I have to do some journey and then reach to other place. So okay, I will open it for question answer. Yes, anyone, any question you have?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
So
Krishna.
what
Yes, ma'am.
means like even though it was a short class, but still it was really very instructive class actually. So the whole point is like how the grihasthas have more duty towards this society, and they have to follow all the rules which is given in the scriptures. And you said about the marriage also, how it has to be taken place, and the simple. What is that? Simple living and high thinking. So, but that simple living is, of course. So, yeah, dear, we have time, Prabhu, for question and answers.
Yes, I have 5 more minutes. I can remain 6:40. Okay, na?
Okay, fine. So, devotees, any questions or realizations, please go ahead. Okay. Yes, Hebi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this very instructive class. I just have 2 questions. One is that because we are all born Shudras and have not had any training and we are just now endeavoring in some format to follow what we are hearing, what would be your advice to us in this point in time, in the circumstances we are living, to make the best of this life?
Okay. Srila Prabhupada never condemned anyone because this is the age of Kali. He encouraged all the devotees, especially on the basis of devotional service. So nobody is rejected in devotional service. That is correct. But as the family of devotees are growing more and more, so our responsibility is also growing. It's not an individual responsibility. It's a responsibility of whole ISKCON, the GBCs actually, the leaders actually. And so slowly our society has to show the path for a peaceful material life actually. It cannot come immediately. I know it's very difficult. Okay, this is for the institution. For individual responsibility, when we are reading Srila Prabhupada books, we can find out which is more inspiring to us in our life. If I am peaceful, like people can be peaceful in cities by if they have a good amount of means simple job and safe living, good food they are eating, at least to certain extent they are peaceful. So then they can think of, okay, let me now continue this doing devotional service and help others also. And if possible, one can find out help some like living more natural life if it is possible. Otherwise, continue that. So surely, this all kind of ordeal or initiative which we can take, it requires guidance and association of other devotees also. So we should take association of such similar interest people. Prabhu, Mataji's, how we can live more simple. Like we find many foreigners, they come to India and they establish here, and then they start seeing the culture in India. And just by seeing the culture of India, people start living simply. Even now, India is also becoming like foreign only. But still, there are so many sects of India. Villages are there, or our Mayapur, or even Brindavan. So I'm not saying that it's a fully perfect, but I'm saying that it's still culture is there where we can live a simple living. So the whole concept is how much I can contribute right now and where am I. If I am totally in dismantled situation, I should surely find out a peaceful job, peaceful place where I can practice spiritual life properly with the devotees. And if I am already there in peaceful situation, then I can contribute to those who are going to that direction by myself going to that place or by helping them, by learning from them. So I can get contributing in this direction, and slowly it will come forward. This will come. So we should be hopeful and we should pray to Krishna, because Prabhupada, so many places he writes. His 7th canto, you'll find, you are already continuing 7th canto. Whole 7th canto is filled up with what? Prabhupada is mentioning that Hiranyakashipu is breaking the bridges, is breaking the, is burning the houses of the saintly people, huts, and then he's uprooting the trees, he's killing the cows. Then Prabhupada writes there also that Varnashram is very important. If cows are killed, then whole human society will be finished. And basically the Sudras, the Asuras, they want to first kill cows, they want to finish off Brahminical culture. Prabhupada writes that, and that is happening actually in the society. That is happening. So it's a responsibility of householders to take care of this also. But Krishi Go Raksha means Go Raksha is their duty again. So Prabhupada is writing many places. So we are getting the knowledge. Prabhupada is saying me that okay, I have to do this, but I am not able to do. So then we can contribute in certain way. People say like you purchase some cow products in your life, or you help in some other way. If not fully we are able to do that, so some way we can start getting inspired and do some contribution in that direction. And at least some greatest contribution is to educate your children. My dear child, the life is not meant for sense gratification. The whole culture is going in a wrong direction. So the more faith we have in this, that Krishna will maintain us, because he had mentioned that Vasudeva, we are all doing service for Vasudeva. The more faith and the more faithful people association we have, we can nicely protect ourselves and our generations ahead, children. So this is required actually. No, we are nobody's enemy actually. हमें दूसरों से क्यों झगड़ा करना? Why we want to fight with the industrialist? Why you open? No, we want Vasudeva Kutumbakam. You also remain happy, I also remain happy. How? By keeping God in center, by keeping natural life in the center, we will remain happy. Even in natural life there will be problems, but these problems has to be tolerated. Like we may not get a car for moving, we may not get airplane for flying, but peace of mind will be there. We can decide whether we want peace of mind or we want to fly and run ahead. So peace of mind will be there, and people have faith on destiny. People have faith wherever God has put me, this is my ultimate thing. In this situation I want to practice. So they have tolerance also when there is simple living, because in simple living not many changes are there. Not many changes. You are living at one place, you live throughout your life at that place only. So you tolerate, you go ahead. You learn so many things in your life. In modern times, people are making home at one place, they are doing job at other place, they put the home at rent at other place. So many changes, and people minds are disturbed. Upadrava. So educate ourselves. After education, we can take some initiative in our life, small initiatives. Slowly we can go ahead. It requires a collective effort also, and that's I mentioned. Okay, no?
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. One more small question. You said that we should be contributing for animals, and part of our income should go to animal protection. So does it specifically mean cow protection, or any animal we should do charity for protecting animals in general?
Here Srila Prabhupada writes in purport, the Grihastha should have a good heart for bees. Prabhupada writes it very clearly. I will just read it here. 1 minute. Yes, the Grihastha should be very much affectionate towards lower animal like birds, bees, treating them exactly like their own children. And Grihastha should not indulge in killing animals or birds for sense gratification. And he should provide the necessities of life even to the dogs and the lower creatures, and should not exploit others for sense gratification. So Prabhupada considers dogs, birds, animals, beasts, but among all these, cow is most important. Because by serving cow, not only we are doing material duties, but we also evolve in a Brahminical culture. Because if somebody has no option for cow, at least he should drink milk of cow. He should occasionally go and serve cow. But and apart from that, if somebody, now in ISKCON we know that we don't keep dogs. So serving dog does not mean keeping at home actually. We can serve dogs which are going, see, earlier nobody used to keep dog inside. Means you can keep dog in their outside home, not inside, and they will take care that no thieves will come. But they should not come inside the house. No, that is not That is not Brahminical culture. But cow is so pure. Cow can come anywhere, inside home, anywhere. She is called Lakshmi actually. Cow is so much respected. So therefore cow, the Go Mata should be served without any restrictions, and these animals should also be given care outside of our home. They have to be given cares. Some chapati, some laddus, and some kind of feeding can be done, but they should not be brought inside home, because inside home means then it becomes contaminated. The dog, the touching dog, then one has to take bath, because the dog, they don't take bath after passing stool and urine, and when we pass stool and urine we have to take bath. So how can we touch dog and keep inside our house? Impure person, like one devotee is not just coming out of toilet and then we can touch. We cannot touch, we have to take bath. So how can we touch a dog? So therefore, but the cow dung, cow urine, cow milk, everything is pure. Cow need not to take bath. So this is a principle in the Vedic literature. So Brahminical culture should be the focus. So Brahminical culture, we are not enemy of anyone, but we have a different way to serve everyone. How to serve dog, how to serve a cat, how to serve bird. We cannot bring everyone inside home. No. This is called Brahminical culture, where we should understand how I can remain pure to serve the Lord, and how I can remain free from malice and serve all other living entities. But we have to make a demarcation. I cannot keep dog in temple, even though dog is a son of God and I am also son of God. But I cannot keep dog in temple. But I can keep cow in temple, because cow is very much auspicious. So God has made himself differentiation actually, like that.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. My pranams to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, I think I will end here because I have to leave.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this very wonderful class once again. And we want your association in future also, dear devotees. Let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpadrupasya kripa sindhu
Sindhu Bhayucha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad
Jai.
Bhagavatam ki
Arjun Ishwar
Thank you,
Prabhuji ki
Prabhuji.
jai.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
jai.
much.
Radhe Radhe.
Jai.
Gauranga.
Nityananda.